सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयं यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविधे नमः। छित्त्वा त्यक्तेन हस्तेन स्वयं नात्मा विशेष्यते तथा शिष्टेन सर्वेण येन येन विशेष्यते। तस्मात् त्यक्तेन हस्तेन तुल्यं सर्वं विशेषणम् अनात्मत्वेन तस्माज्ञः मुक्तः सर्वैर्विशेषणैः। विशेषणमिदं सर्वं साद्वलङ्करणं यथा अविद्याधस्तमतः सर्वं ज्ञातम् आत्मन्यसद्भवे ज्ञात आत्मन्यसद्भवे। ज्ञातैवात्मा सदा ग्राह्यः ज्ञेयमुत्सृज्य केवलः। अहमित्यपि यद्ग्राह्यं व्यपेताङ्गसमं हि तत्। So this section is called Vishesha Apoha Prakaranam, where there is apoha, the negation, discarding all the Vishesha, because they can be discarded. You cannot discard something that is not discardable. You can discard something which is discardable because it is not really there to begin with. That is thought to be there, but not really there, therefore it can be discarded, can be recognized that it is not there. Now here example is Chittva Tyaktena Hastena Swayam Natma Visheshyate. As long as hand is part of my body or part of me, then I am possessed of a hand. Hastavanaham, I am characterized by being possessed of the hand. So hastena atma visheshyate. I am qualified by the hand as a possessor of the hand. Chitva tyaktena hastena, hand is cut off and thrown away. No more even I say that hastavanaham, I am no more possessed. Therefore, that I formally qualified myself as having possessed of hand. Now that I can see the hand is something different from me or myself as something distinct from the hand, I no more say, no more feel that I am possessed of hand. Tatha shishtena sarvena, similarly also all the limbs, the gross body as well as subtle body. Sukhitvam, dukkhitvam, kartritva, bhoktritva, with which I formally qualified myself as sukhiyaham, dukkhiyaham, kartaham, bhoktaham. When the sin is separate from me, when the non-sin is separate from me, then I qualify myself. When I see them as separate from me, I no more qualify myself as karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi, hastvanam, padavanam, etc. Tasmat tyakten hastena tulyam sarvam visheshanam. All the visheshanam, all the qualifications that I think I possess, just as kartrutva, bhoktritva, sukhitva, dukkhitva, sthulatva, krushatva, gauratva, krishnatva, tyaktena hastena tulyam. All that visheshanam, all the qualifications, tulyam, comparable to tyaktena hastena, a hand that is separated, given up. Unfortunately, hand cannot be given unless cut off. That is why chitva. So you can clearly see that I am not the hand. But tulyam sarvam visheshanam anatmatvena. In kind of visheshana, we will see that is anatma, it belongs to anatma, and the visheshanam also is anatma. Kartritva, bhoktritva belongs to subtle body. Gauratva, Krishna belongs to gross body. Tasmajnaha sarvisheshani muktaha. Just as I see the hand, I am myself completely separate from hand. So also I see myself completely separate from kartritva, bhoktritva, sukhitva, dukkhitva, gauratva, as recognizing that they are visheshanas, all right, but belong to anatma. Anatmatvena, they do not belong to me. So when I clearly see the distance between the anatma and myself, atma, then I see that all the visheshanas, qualifications, attributes belong to anatma. And therefore, I see myself as completely free from all the attributes. But then, as far as hand is concerned, it is completely, you can completely separate it and see yourself as different from hand, etc. You can't separate the visheshanas like that. So now, a slightly different example is given. Because my relationship with a cut off hand is different from my relationship with this kartritva, bhoktritva, etc., which cannot be cut off. That means I continue to relate to them in some way or the other. I see them as anatma. But they occur again and again. उक्त विषय अनात्मत्वे भी न आत्मा वियोग अस्ति. As you explain, the kartritva belongs to anatma, and therefore I know that I am not karta. And still there is atma viyoga. That separation from the atma is not there. Just as there is separation of hand from myself, similarly separation from these attributes is not there. agamapayaabhyam sambandhi nairantaryat. It's true that kartru is not always there. Kartrutva comes and goes, bhoktritva comes and goes, sukhitva comes and goes, agama apayabhyam. They are subject to coming and going. So looks like I am always related to something or the other, connected, related. So another example is given. Sadhu alankaranam yatha. These visheshanas can be now compared to alankara or the ornaments. It's just an example of something that I am not. But where my relationship is not something that I have with a cut off hand. To further clarify the relationship that I have with these attributes, to give me a complete idea of the separatedness, the example of cut off hand was given. That as clearly I see I am not the hand, so clearly I can see the attributes I am not. And still there is no physical separation. With a cut off hand there is a physical separation. That kind of physical separation is not there with the attributes of kartrutva, sukhitva, etc. Because in Vyavahara I find myself related to one or the other. So sadhu alankaranam yatha, like alankara, like a bengal is put on and given up, an earring is put on and given up. Just as alankaras or ornaments are also not I know them, but still they keep coming and going. There some relationship is there with alankara. When I recognize the true nature of myself, not one of identity, not even one of possession, but still alankaras are, they keep on coming and going. And similarly also, the kartrutva comes in Vyavahara, goes, bhoktritva comes, goes. Therefore, this alankara, just as a man is not, so also, even though the kartrutva, bhoktritva is subject to coming and going, they are comparable to the ornament, and therefore I am not them. Tari, if I am not them, logically it is understandable. Tari, kuto manusham ityadu tadatma avabhasa. Still kartaham. If kartrutva, bhoktrutva is not connected to me at all, with alankara I do not identify with the bangle or the earring. With kartrutva, bhokta, I seem to identify. Manusyoham, kartaham, bhoktaham. So when I am clearly distinct from these attributes, how come I still find myself saying kartaham, bhoktaham? An ignorant person finds that. So now we are brought to a very unique relationship that we have with the attributes. First, chinnahastha, then alankarani. And now, see how with different illustrations, different things are being told. The illustration of a cut off hand tells me that I can see myself distinct from all these attributes. The illustration of the ornament says that even though I am distinct, still they keep on coming and going. That's the nature of the attributes, like alankaras. But with alankara, I never have identity that I am a bangle or that I am an earring. That never happens. But here, kartaham, bhoktaham, manusyoham. So now my relationship with the attributes, even different from that with alankara. What creates that kind of notion? Alankara never creates the notion that I am a bangle or I am yellow, I am round. That never happens. But with these ones, kartaham, bhoktaham, manusyoham, mohadeva tatha avabhasa, that's an avabhasa. When I see myself karta bhokta, it is not a reality about myself, it is an avabhasa. I appear to be karta bhokta, not that I am. Not recognizing an appearance, I take myself to karta bhokta, not recognizing that kartritva bhoktva is appearance. And just as the dream objects are appearance, but not recognizing their appearance that they take them to be real. And so kartrutva, bhoktva, atma is all appearance, someplace else they are. Where I think they are there, that's where it's only appearance. Avidya adhas adhyastam. So relationship that I have now with the attributes is avidyakam, that is superimposition because of ignorance. Which is not a relationship. A relationship without a real relationship. An apparent relationship. But because of ignorance, the apparent is not recognized as apparent. Appearance, abhasa is taken to be real, that's called ignorance. And therefore here, what is meant by creating distance? Even though distance is there, avidya erases the distance as though. And therefore, where there is distance, avidya creates appearance of oneness. Therefore, this distance now is to be seen by vidya. You say that I should clearly see myself separate from a hand, that's a physical distance. Alankara also distance. Even though physical distance is not there, the distance is there, knowledge wise that alankara I am not. But here, even that separation that I know about, alankara also doesn't exist here. Here there is an identification. So what brings about that identification? Avidya brings about. So how can I see the distance? By removal of avidya. Jnate atmani asad bhavet. A jnanam that brings about the oneness where in fact there is two. So two are made to appear as one because of ignorance. One is made to appear as two. One consciousness made to appear as two, Jiva Brahma, that was taken earlier. Here the two, the Satya and Mithya, are made to appear as one, Atma, Anatma are made to appear as one. So ignorance does. Jnate. When I see Anatma as Anatma, Atma as Anatma, by removal of ignorance, where the distance is there, there is no connection between Anatma and Atma. Anatma is never become Atma. Anatma is not where Atma is. And still, I take Anatma to be where Atma is and what Atma is. That is called ignorance. So ignorance is this. Even though Anatma is not Atma, Anatma is not where Atma is, but still Anatma is taken to be where Atma is, Anatma is taken to be Atma. It's not logical, but it is there. So that's how Vedanta says this is called a unique kind of ignorance, where the true nature of Atma and Atma is veiled. The falsehood of oneness between two is made to appear. So it's called avabhasa. Atmani jnate asad bhavet. All these attributes in Atma become non-existent when Atma is known. Because the attributes are never in Atma where I think they are there. Therefore it is possible to know Atma without the attributes because they are not there. Then I see the total absence of attributes in Atma, then I know that attributes I am not, Anatma I am not. Jnate Atmani asad bhavet. When Atma is known for what Atma is, then they become non-existent in Atma. Jnate Atmani, Atmani Jnate. When Atma is known, so when they say that is Atma known like Ghatapata, so when you say known, the only example I have known is Ghatapata. Atma is known, do you mean that Atma is known like Ghatapata is known? Jnata eva Atma sadagrahya gyam utsrujya kevalah. Atma sada jnata eva iti grahya. Atma is to be known only as jnata. Gyam utsrujya. That even when Atma is known, right now also Atma is known. In that the two aspects are there, Jnata also is there and Jnaya also is there. So right now I know Atma as I. What I? The I that excludes non-I, that's how I know the Atma. Today I know the Atma as an individual entity, as separate from other Atmas. And therefore, Karta, Bhokta, etc., that's the Atma is known. Is not knowing an unknown Atma. It is correctly knowing an Atma that is wrongly known. Therefore, you already have the knowledge of Atma. In that, Utsrujya Jnayam. In your knowledge of Atma presently, Jnayam Utsrujya. What is Jnayam? The known part. In your knowledge of Atma, the knower and known both are lumped together. That is called Adhyasa. Attributes are all known. Anatma is all known in the known category. Therefore, attributes are also in known category. Because avidya, that adhyasa takes place, and what is known is somehow brought to the category of knower. Anatma is known, but when I call myself Karta Bhokta, then that Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva that belongs to Anatma is brought to the category of Atma. So today I know myself as Karta, Bhokta, Sukhi, Dukhi. It is knowledge of Atma. So what is to be done is that knowledge has to be purified by removing from there the element of Anatma. Gnayam Utsrujya. So remember, the Kartrutva is a Gnayam part. Aham Karta, that Aham is Atma and Karta, Bhokta is Gnaya. So presently in my knowledge of Atma, Aham Karta, Aham Bhokta, Aham Sukhi, Aham Dukhi. Sukhi is the lumping together of Aham and Sukham. Dukhi also is lumping together of Aham and Dukkham. So in Sukhi, the Sukham belongs to category of Jnayam, Anatma, Drishya. In Dukhi also, the Dukkha belongs to the Gnaya, the known part. Aham is a Jnata. So Sukhi is a product of ignorance. Sukhi has two elements, Sukham and I. So today I know myself as Sukhi, Dukhi, Karta, Bhokta. Utsrujya jnayam. In that the sukha, dukkha, kartrutva, bhoktrutva is all jnayam. Utsrujya, you discard that, meaning that do not judge yourself based on kartrutva, bhoktrutva, that it is not you. So the conviction is to change. Today there is the conviction, kartaham, bhoktaham, that has to change. Because in that the kartrutva, bhoktrutva is automatically lumped together because of ignorance. Because not recognizing the separatedness of I and sukha. Sukha is vritti, sukham. Kartrutva also is a vritti, adbuddhi. And therefore, karmani, akarmayah pashyet, in all of them, one who sees Atma as a karta, bhokta, asukhi, adukhi. Kevala grahya. So, nirvishesha. You have to recognize yourself as kevala, nirvishesha, devoid of all the visheshas, all the attributes. केवल ज्ञातृत्व विशेषेणापि रहितः. That jnataham, that's how you know yourself. But that's how you know. No. In jnata also, aham and jnatrutva, that jnata is a union of the aham and jnatrutva. Therefore, from that, the jnatrutva has to be discarded, recognizing that that belongs to buddhi, belongs to anatma. Then what is it? Then jnataham means what? You said jnatrutva doesn't belong to I, then who are you? Jnatrutvadi upalakshitam chinmatram. Even though the word says jnata eva atma sadagrahya, Atma is always to be recognized as grahya, recognized as jnata. But then jnata is again qualified as kevalaha. Kevalaha jnata. By this visheshana kevalaha, the jnatutva of jnata is discarded. Just as Lord Krishna would say that, Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. The jiva, my amsha, my part, functions as jivatma, is sanatana amsha. By the visheshan of sanatana, the amshatvam amsha is given up. Recognize amshatvam is mithya. Similarly, by the attribute kevalaha, by the visheshana kevalaha, the jnataness, the knowerness of the knower is now discarded here. That no, purely as jnata, purely jnata doesn't have jnatrutva. So, jnatrutvadi upalakshitam. What is intended by the word jnata in the text? And what really is there when you think you are a jnata? What is the real content of even jnata also? Is chinmatram, is pure consciousness. Alutta prakasha svabhavataya, which is of the nature of consciousness. The light, the illuminator, the unceasing illuminator, which never suffers a cessation, ever shining. Because to shine is its nature, therefore that shining never ceases. The shining that comes from a different reason, like the bulb, will cease when the electricity is not there. But sun never ceases to shine because it is self-shining. Alutta prakasha svabhavataya sarvanusyudam vastu atma. So by saying kevalaha, all the qualification of the jnata is discarded. So Jnata remains pure consciousness, devoid of even the Jnatrutva, the knowership. Sarva Anusyutam Vastu. That Jnata is, by the word Jnata, is man unceasing, ever shining self consciousness, self shining consciousness. Sarvanusyutam, which pervades everything, is not your particular individual self now. As long as you thought you were a jnata, karta, bhokta, you were an individual self, meaning that sense of individuality was superimposed upon the self. Not that self ever became individual. But jnatrutva, etc., by calling Atma, knowing Atma, thinking Atma to be jnata, he as though became an individual self. That my Atma is different because my jnata is different from your jnata that you are. The knower that I am is different from the knower that you are. What is implied by knower is just knowing. That knowing or that consciousness alone assumes the role of a knower. The seeing becomes a seer, knowing becomes a knower, thinking becomes a thinker. Nahi drashtuhu drushte viparalopa vidyate. Therefore, चिन्मात्रम अलुप्त प्रकाश स्वभावतया सर्वानुसुवस्तु आत्मा यदि विवेकवतः निश्चित प्रत्ययो भवेत्. विवेकवतः, one is possessed of viveka. What viveka? Atmanatma viveka. That knowerness also belongs to an atma. And so from the knower, when the knowerness is also let go, because it belongs to an atma, then what remains is simply knowing, which can be called consciousness. And that knowing is unqualified. Unqualified knowing, unqualified knower, or knowing I am, which is the nature of all the knowers. The qualified knower in everyone is different. The unqualified knower is pure consciousness, which is same in all. Therefore, sarvanustyutam vastu atmayate. I am the consciousness, that is the self of all, that is vivekavataha nischita pratyayo bhavet. So vivekavataha, possessed of viveka. Nischita pratyaya means conviction. This certain, a certain conviction. See, I see myself as the self-shining, illumining consciousness that is self of all. So second line, this is the first line explained in verse 4. Ahamityaviyad grahyam vipetang samam hitada. So Tika says, Yadapi idam ahamiti grahyam atmarupam manyase. So in that jnata aham, karta aham, bhokta aham, that jnatrutva, kartrutva, bhoktrutva is idam amsha, is a vritti. So jnata is a vritti. Aham vritti takes the form of jnata, karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi. It is the nature of that vritti to reflect the consciousness, and therefore both are taken to be one. So consciousness is taken to be jnata, bhokta. See, because it was said earlier, Atma sees the buddhi, buddhi always is pervaded by consciousness, chidabhasa. And buddhi always has a form of karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi, sthulaha, etc., etc. Therefore I see myself as sthuloham, krushoham, kartaham, bhoktaham. To recognize that all these qualifications belong to buddhi. Therefore, in the knowledge that you have of yourself, thank God that we don't have to create the knowledge of Atma. The knowledge that we already have has also aviveka in there. Therefore, idam ahamiri grahyam Atmarupam manyase. This kartrutvam which you think is aham, bhoktritvam you think it is aham, that is grahyam. Recognize that that is in the object of knowledge. It is objective. Grahyam means what? Object of grahanam. Grahanam is knowing. Grahyam, so that which is known. Atmarupa manyase. So kartrutva, bhoktrutva, which you think is Atma. Tad vipetanga samam chinnastulyam iri. That is not you. Just as there is a vast distance between a hand which is cut off and thrown away and myself. That's a measurable distance anyway. In Kartrut and myself, infinite distance is there. But the example of a hand which is cut off and thrown away is to show the clear distance and separatedness. In Kartrutva and myself, there is infinite distance because which is one is Satya, one is Mithya, therefore there is no closeness at all. They don't belong to the same locus. But the separateness is very clearly recognized as separated as a cut off hand. Tad vipetanga samam chinnastatulyami. That kartrutva, bhoktrutva part is similar to a hand or a limb that is cut off, thrown away, separate. You are separate from that. Ahamityabiyad grahyam vipetanga samam hi tata. In aham also the grahya. In aham there is a grahaka and grahya, knower and known. And so, grahaka, knower, jnata is pure consciousness. When jnata, from jnata the jnana part is given up, then jnata no more remains jnata. What was jnata turns out to be consciousness. Ayam aham ko to bhavati chinvatah, when one inquires into what's the nature of aham, same thing, karta, bhokta, whatever. Ay patatyaham, aham patati, aham vinashabhaji, aham aham taya, aham remains. But aham patati, that qualification drops off when you recognize as an Atma, aham remains. Its form changes now. Paramapurna Sat, that aham now manifests itself as Paramapurna Sat when their costume is given up. Idam aham pada bhikkhamanvaham, there are two aham now. Aham pada bhikkham, what is made, what is intended by the word aham is, one is what? Ahankara, other is Paramapurna Sat. One is in technical language, Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, etc. Aham leenake pilaya sattaya, when that aham, the karta bhokta leenake, when that also subsides, still alaya sattaya, the real consciousness aham remains ever existing, ever shining. So kartrutva, bhoktrutva is like a limb that is cut off and separated, and therefore that is not part of it, there is nothing to do with I. How do you say that I am separate from that? Sushuptyadau atmani abhasamanevi. Sushupti is an example, samadhi is an example. Experience. Atmani abhasamanevi. All the vrittis are completely, there is cessation of all the vrittis, and then still there is no cessation of Atma. Ahamide abhasamanad. So aham doesn't go away. Aham changes form. Aham reveals itself as different. Aham that was so far revealing itself as karta bhokta reveals itself as paramapurna sat. Aham iti anavabhasamanat aham vivicharitve sati. So that aham the idam amsha aham, the grahyamsha aham, the achetanamsha of the aham, the costume of aham, this kartrutva, bhoktrutva, that drops off. But atma, drishyataya, atmatva, so that is not, that costume is kartrutva, etc., is all atma drishya, meaning that it is objectified atma. It drops off, though that's not atma. And so, how do you say that kartrutva, bhoktrutva I am not? Because I always find myself. So that's all, not always. There are times when that aham vritti is not there. And you are still there. You see that fact, that you are there even when aham vritti is not. That's when you see the Purusha Prakriti Viveka, means the distinction between the Purusha and Prakriti, or the self and the costume. Then standard questions arise. On the page now, we are in the introduction of the 5th verse. Atmana aham pratyaya grahyatva bhave chakshuradavi avishayasya kuta siddhi. How do you prove that there is Atma? You can prove an Atma because it is perceived. Object of perception, inference, etc. And therefore anatma can be established as existing. So standard means that we have of ascertaining or establishing existence of something, such as ghatapata, is perception. Or other pramana, just as inference, etc., based on perception. Atmanah chakshuradevi avishayasya. The Atma does not possess a grahya amsha, the vishaya amsha, the object amsha. What is an object? Chakshuradevi vishaya. Whatever can become the object of perception by sense organs or of inference. Rest is all inference. You can call it, anumanam, arthapatti, etc. Some people accept 6 pramana, some people accept only 2, some people accept 4. Depends on you lump together. But aham pratyay grahyatva bhave. When aham pratyay is, so you know something is there when it is objectified by, known by aham pratyaya. That aham jnata, then this ghatapata or jnaya. So the existence of ghatapata is all established when there is a knower of ghatapata, which I am there. So whenever I am jnata, I know ghatapata and therefore I know that those things are there. So existence of everything is established because they become the object of perception by jnata. But you say jnata also is not primarily there, because in jnata also jnatrutvam is object, is vishaya. So real nature of jnata is devoid of jnatrutvam also. So when it comes to Atma, knowledge of Atma, the jnata also does not remain. In knowledge of Atma, jnata remains, therefore it's clear that anatma is there, jagat is there, ghatapata is there. In knowledge of Atma, the jnata also is not there. So jnata is our means of establishing that something is there. When jnata also is not there in knowledge of Atma, then how do you establish that Atma is there? So aham pratyaya grahyatva bhave. When Atma does not become grahya or known to aham pratyaya, aham vritti or knower. Because chakshuradav avishasya, the knower can only know those things which can be objectified by sense organs and mind, etc. Kuta siddhi. Then how do you prove or establish that Atma is? Because something, the existence of something can be established when there is a witness. When there is knower, there is no knower or witness of Atma. Therefore, how do you say that Atma is in the first place? Iti mukta shankam dushtantena apakurvan. This shanka, mukta means aviveki or unthinking person. I don't know, mukta shanka. This is a shanka that arises. So dushtantena, because what is self-existing, how can you have, when people question the existence of God, what is the proof that God is there? Vedantin answer is simple. What's the proof that you are there? Do you need a proof? No. That's God. That's the proof of God. But if you think God is different from you, then there are all kinds of problems. Dushtantena apakurvan, that shanka, whether Atma is, how to establish that Atma is, that shanka or that doubt is refuted or removed. Atmana anyanirapeksham swata siddhim. As far as the Ghatapata is concerned, Anatma is concerned, since they cannot reveal themselves, therefore you require somebody to reveal them. That's how their existence can be established. But they cannot reveal their own existence. So Chakshuradehe Vishaya. So those things that are Vishaya, the objects of perception, says Ghatapata, since they cannot reveal themselves, therefore they need to be living. But Atma is of a different class. It is self-revealing. So what is not self-revealing requires to be established by revealing it. What is self-revealing doesn't require. So therefore, Atma is of a different class. That's the point here. Atmana anyanirapeksham swata siddhim sadhayate. Atma does not depend upon anything else to prove its existence. Swata siddhim, it is self-existing, it reveals its own existence. And therefore, you don't have to know it as an existing object. So that is what is said in the 5th verse. Yavan syadidamam shoyah sasvato nyo visheshanam vishesha prakshayo yatra siddhognaschitra guryatha. Yavanyah idam amshah syat. Whatever be the extent of idam amsha, the object amsha, what can be objectified, sa swatah anya vishesha, all of that. Swatah anya is different, vishesha is qualification. Vishesha prakshayo yatra siddha. Where all the Vishesha, the qualification is completely exhausted, completely given up. Gnaha, that's the Gnaha. That's the knower. Chitra gur yatha. Chitra guhu. Chitra guhu yasyasa chitra guhu. The one who possesses a variegated or spotted cow. Cow or cows, whatever. So Chitraguhu is the name of Devadatta. Devadatta is what Chitraguhu. It's a Bahuvri Samasa. So let us say Devadatta has one or more cows which are spotted cows. Cows are different colors. And sometimes there are spots or variegated cows, Different colors are there, things are there. Sometimes cow is just one color. Sometimes different colors are there. Means two colors may be there, white and pink, maybe the red may be there, then some patch of white, patched cow. A special kind of cow. It's called Chitraguhu. The Devadatta is called Chitraguhu, one possessed of this patched or variegated cows. Spotted. How that Devadatta although he is called Chitragohu, who has nothing to do with cow. Nothing to do with Gohu means nothing to do with the cow. Devadatta is described as the one possessed of a variegated cow, spotted cow. But it's nothing to do with the cow. So Atma has nothing to do with any Visheshanas at all. So the Tika says, Ahamityatra yavan chidavabhasyatva lakshanena idam amshaha. What is idam amsha? Anything that is illumined. So whatever is illumined by aham is called idam. So chit avabhasyatva lakshanena. Chit means conscious, avabhasya. Whatever is illumined by consciousness is idam. Idam amshaha. Saha ahankaradehi. Ahankara, karta, bhokta, etc. But ahamvritti also comes in some form always. Karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi, etc. Yatra visheshanam syat. That ahankara, karta, bhokta is visheshanam. The whole range of ahankara that comes in various forms. Karta, bhokta, sukhi, all of that is visheshanam. Because all kartrutva, bhoktrutva is visheshanam. In karta, kartrutva is visheshanam. Aham is self. In bhokta, bhoktrutva is visheshanam. Aham is self. So it's called all visheshanam. Yasmin svanugata pratibhase pratyagatmani vishesha vivahare hetu syat. Yasmin pratibhase, when it shines in the Atma, like a color shines in a crystal. So the Kartru shines in Atma, so Atma is taken to be Karta. So Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, etc., which are all attributes of Ahankara. They shine in Atma, therefore Atma is taken as not being able to distinguish that the color belongs to the cloth and the crystal is transparent. So you take the crystal to be colored. So Atma is taken to be Karta Bhokta because that Kartrutva shines in Atma. Vishesha Vyavahara Hetu Syat, therefore that becomes a Vyavahara, Kartrutva Vyavahara Hetu, Bhoktrutva Vyavahara Hetu. Atma becomes the Vyavaharika self. Atma knows, does, eats, drinks because of those colors. Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva seen in the Atma. And so crystal becomes Vyavahara Hetu because it is yellow and red and green and etc. etc. And then some Vyavahara happens. Because yellow, therefore you do this, and yellow, green, therefore something else. It means something else, this devata, that devata. Like the flame, shows some different kind of forms. Oh, Lord Krishna is dancing, and I saw Devi in there. Vishesha Vyavahara Hetu. So since Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva always shine in Atma, therefore with them being there, Atma appears as Karta, Bhokta, and Vishesha Vyavahara of Kartrutva, etc. takes place. Saha Pratyagatma Anyaha. That in which all of these things shine, that crystal is different from the colors, the Atma, conscious, different from the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, which is where they shine. Visheshanattvena abhimatad tad ahankaradehe paraha. So Karta Bhokta is what Atma is thought to be, but Kartrutva Bhoktrutva that shines in Atma doesn't belong to Atma. Like color shining in crystal. And therefore crystal becomes Vyavahara Hetu. Because color becomes Vyavahara Hetu. Color cannot become Vyavahara Hetu. Then you can wear a crystal, you can do various things. But then that Nirvishesha Atma is Ahankaradehe Paraha. It's different from Ahankara. So the Anyaha. Vishesha Prakshaya Sarvesham Visheshanam Praksha Vyavrutti Yasminiti. So when then from that colored crystal all the colors are removed, recognize the colors don't belong to crystal. So see in Atma all attributes are removed, recognize the Kartrutva belongs to Buddhi and Bhoktrutva belongs to mind and Sthulatva belongs to body, etc. Call it Panchakosha Vivek or whatever you call it. Then Vishesha Prakshaya means Nirvishesha. Visheshanam Prakshaya Yasminiti Vishesha Prakshaya. That is all Prakshaya or Vyavrutti, exclusion of all Visheshas has taken place. It's called Vishesha Prakshaya. Excluded from all Visheshas, excluded from which means Nirvishesha. Eva Rupa, that Svata Siddha, that does not require something else to illumine. That doesn't require to be known to establish its existence. Because Svata Siddha, self-shining. And Nirapeksha, it doesn't depend on anything else for it to be there, for it to shine. Siddha Suran Vartate iti Padayojana. Ahaminashabaji, aham taya, surati, Rut swayam surati. Rut shines on its own as Paramapurna Sat. So you don't need to prove that it is there because self-shining. So Nirapeksheva Siddha Sfuran Vartate. It shines independent of anything else, any illuminator. It exists independent of any support. For that, another example is given. Chitraguhu yatha yatha devdatta visheshana bhutaya chitraguhu anya. So Chitraguhu means one possessed of the Chitra Gauhu or variegated cow, spotted cow. So Devadatta is qualified by spotted cow. It's an incidental thing. Who is Devadatta? Quite different from spotted cow. There is no connection. So Visheshana Bhutayaha Chitragoho Anya. How Devadatta is different from the Chitragoho. Chitragu means the spotted cow with which he is qualified normally. It's called possessed of spotted cow, but it's different from that. Why do you say Sammandat Prageva Siddha? Even when he did not have, Devadatta existed always. Devadatta got this name Chitraguhu because he purchased a spotted cow. From that his name is spotted, Devadatta is spotted cow. But Devadatta existed with us. So Devadatta doesn't exist because spotted cow. Devadatta is spotted cow. Does the existence of Devadatta depend upon existence of spotted cow? Is Devadatta there because spotted cow is there? No. Because Devadatta existed even before the spotted cow. So his self-existing Devadatta's existence does not depend upon the spotted cow. It's a qualification. Qualification is not required for the qualified to exist. Qualified must be there for the qualification to come. Therefore, Sammandat Prageva Siddha, just as Devadatta, Siddha existed. Sammandat Prag, before the relation with the spotted cow. The Chitragoho Sambandham Swasiddhim Pratyapekshate. It's not that Devadatta started existing when the cow came. He existed. For his existence, as an owner of spotted cow, he depends upon spotted cow. As a person, he doesn't depend upon that. As a Karta, Atma depends upon Kartrutva. As Atma doesn't depend upon anything. Tatha Atma api ahankaradi sambandhat prageva swamahimna siddha. So Atma also, before Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva came. Swamahimna prageva siddha. Tassushtva tadevanupravishada. So how there was a time when Kartrutva Bhoktrutva was not there. He created all this and he entered and then he assumed all these forms. Satya became everything. It's all of this. By identifying, by wearing different costumes. But then by costume he is called king, etc. But then he doesn't depend upon himself. He doesn't depend for his existence, doesn't depend upon his kingness. He existed as a person. Then the costume came and then he is called king. But he is not there because the king is. So Atma doesn't depend upon Kartru Bhoktru to be there. Atma always is there, whether Kartrutva is there or not. This is incidental thing. Kartru Bhoktru is incidental, and the Atma does not require Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva or any other perception for its existence. Everything exists because of that, and so independently existing. Na ahankaradikam swasiddho apekshate. Atma is not because Karta is, or Bhokta is, or Ahankara is. Atma existed before Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva. In fact, when you wake up from the sleep, then also there is a general awareness for a fraction of a moment. That time Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva is not there in us. Then we slowly become aware of the buddhi, and then the mind, and then the sense organs, then the body, and then the environment. Then all visheshatas, they all, are imposed. But there is a fraction of a second where there is nirvisheshta. So nirvishesh consciousness is there. Drishtanta ashtandika sangatha. So sangatha artha. So this is drishtanta as to how the person doesn't depend upon the qualification. He existed before the qualification, and his existence doesn't depend upon the cow. So Atma's existence doesn't depend upon the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva. Alright, I think the next verse we'll take tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru